Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman, Sita Ram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman, Sita Ram Lakshman Bhakta Hanuman. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jai. Oh Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Shila Guru Deva. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Shila Guru Deva. Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. O Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Mahayagya ki jai.
वैष्णवेरागना प्रथमे वंदना करी सबार चरण वृंदावन वसी जट वैष्णवेरागना प्रथमे वंदना करी सबार चरण नीलाचल वासी जट महाप्रभु रागना भूमि ते पड़िया वंदन सबार चरण नवद्वीपवासी जट महाप्रभुरा भक्त सबार चरण वंदन हयानुरक्त महाप्रभुरा भक्त जट गौड़ देशे सबार चरण वंदन करिया प्रणाति जे देशे वैसे गौरांगे रागना ऊर्ध्व बाहु करी वंदन सबार चरण हैया छेन हैबेन प्रभु राजट दास सबार चरण वंदन दंते करी घास ब्रह्मांड तारिते शक्ति धरे जाने वेद पुराणे गुण गाए जीव सुने महाप्रभु रागन सभापति पावन तैलोभे मुई पापी लैनु शरण वंदना करिते मुई कटा शक्ति धारी तोम बुद्धि दोषे मुई दंभा मात्रकारी वंदना करिते मुई कटा शक्ति धारी तमो बुद्धि दोषे मुई दंभा मात्रकारी तेथापि मुखेरा भाग्य मनेरा उल्लास दोष शामि मोआधमे करनी जदास सर्ववांछा सिद्धि है यम बंध छूटे जगते दुर्लभ है प्रेमाधान लूटे मनेरा वासना पूर्ण अचिराते हाया देव की नंदना दास एले भैकाया देव की नंदना दास एलो भैकाया देव की नंदना दास एलो भैकाया। देवकीनंदन ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। गौरंग महाप्रभु की जय। निताय गौरंग। हरे कृष्ण।
हरे कृष्ण। हम लोग भी गाते हैं. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीश्रीमच्छीलराधा गोविन्द दास गोस्वामी इति नामिने. नमस्ते गुरुदेवाय गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी ग्राम्यजननिस्तारिणे. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनेति नामिने. नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः. हरे कृष्ण. Srila Rupa Goswami, in his Nectar of Instruction, gives a few qualities of a pure Vaishnava. And likewise, we find even in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the Nectar of Devotion, Srila Rupa Goswami gives 26 qualities of a pure devotee. So, of course, there is always a time crunch, there is always a time constraint. So, I will just pick a few qualities that personally I have seen Srila Guru Maharaj demonstrate that in his life. We find in the Nectar of Instruction, Srila Rupa Goswami says, Utsahat nishchayat dhairyat tattat karma pravartanat. He says Utsahat, which means enthusiasm, to be enthusiastic. And Srila Prabhupada time and again says that this enthusiasm is the life and soul of bhakti. Till the time one is not enthusiastic, one doesn't go any far ahead on this path of bhakti. And Srila Guru Maharaj, right from his young age, was so enthusiastic. Even before he met Srila Prabhupada, the hunger and thirst to know about the Supreme Lord was so much that when he was small, because Srila Guru Maharaj is from Bihar, so when he would go to the school with his younger brother, once it so happened while he was on his way, he heard about a Bhagavad Katha, because traditionally in the village there would be Bhagavad Kathas. So he heard about a Bhagavad Katha, and the desire was reawakened, it was rekindled, the lost spark was rekindled. So he took a detour and went. He was actually about to go to the school. He ended up bunking the school and went to hear the Bhagavad Katha. So his younger brother asked him that, what if the principal call your parents? So he said, it's just a matter of one day. From tomorrow I will again attend school, this is just a matter of one day. So sure enough, this was a deal. This happened one day. Again happened the next day, because traditionally Bhagavad was always Sapta, 7-day Katha. So for the next 7 days he bunked his school and ended up hearing Katha. And at the end of the 7th day, they were distributing notes of Srimad Bhagavatam. Now the question will arise that at that time Srila Prabhupada had not translated. So which Bhagavatam were they referring to? Well, Srimad Bhagavatam in English was not translated, but Sridhar Swami's commentary was always there, the original commentator to Srimad Bhagavatam. So those notes were being distributed. And Srila Guru Maharaj was so enthusiastic that outside his home there was a lake. And he would sit near the lake and every day he would study the Srimad Bhagavatam. So much so that the enthusiasm peaked to such an extent that he had a niyam, he had a rule, that till the time he doesn't read one whole canto a day, and till the time he doesn't by heart one chapter a day, till that time he will not eat anything. He will not eat anything, he will not drink anything. This is like in his teens, when probably he was my age or way younger than me. Every day one canto studying and by hearting one chapter. Uske baad hi khana. Till that time, no, the grains would not enter. And eventually he was so inspired by the founder of Gita Press, Gorakhpur. His name is Hanuman Prasad Podhar. Those who are from India would have heard of Gita Press. So he was so inspired by him that he went up to him to take initiation. And when he went up to him, Hanuman Prasad Podhar was so humble that he told Srila Guru Maharaj that if you really are looking out for a bona fide, genuine, advanced Sri Guru, then there is only one Jagat Guru in this world, and that is Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So Hanuman Prasad Podhar, even though he was advanced, he was kind enough to direct Srila Guru Maharaj to Prabhupada and said, "You, tumi jao, go to Prabhupada." So he went to Prabhupada, and he had only heard the name. He had not seen the face, not read any books, kuch pata nahi, sirf naam sune hai. So he went to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada, this was 1970s. So for the first time with his foreign disciples, Prabhupada had come to India after all his preaching success in America. So he came to Guwahati, and Prabhupada was staying in his Guwahati temple. And Srila Guru Maharaj came, and he encountered a person. And he said that, "Can I meet Swamiji? Can I meet Srila Prabhupada?" And this person replied by saying, "Why do you want to meet Prabhupada?" And Srila Guru Maharaj replied, "Well, he is my Guru. I have considered him my Guru." So this person shot back by saying, "Why do you think he is your Guru? What qualities does he have?" And Srila Guru Maharaj said, "Well, because he says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God. And very few accept this fact of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being supreme. So he says Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God." Now the follow-up question arises, how did Srila Guru Maharaj know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? It was Hanuman Prasad Podhar again who told Srila Guru Maharaj that you go and study Bengali, because Chaitanya Charitamrita is in Bengali, so you go and study Chaitanya Charitamrita. And so much so that Srila Guru Maharaj studied the whole of Bengali language in just 3 days. He studied the whole of Bengali in 3 days to study the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita of Kaviraj Goswami. So that's where he understood that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swayam Bhagavan. So now he meets this person and says that Prabhupada is my Guru. He's a bona fide Guru because he speaks about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this person replies, by saying, "Well, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not God. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just a devotee. People just say he is Bhagavan, but he's not Bhagavan. He is just a devotee." So Guru Maharaj says, No, he is God. Kaviraj Goswami says he is Swayam Bhagavan. This person says, no, he is not Bhagavan. He is just a normal devotee. People just exaggerate, in India, people just exaggerate. So he is not Bhagavan, he is just a devotee. Srila Guru Maharaj says, no, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swayam Bhagavan. So much so that then Srila Guru Maharaj tells this person, "Aap chup rahiye, aapko kuch nahi pata. You keep quiet, you don't know. Kaviraj Goswami is saying in Chaitanya Charitamrita that Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Swayam Bhagavan. Aap chup rahiye, aapko kuch nahi pata." So then this person started laughing like anything. So Srila Guru Maharaj was thinking, why is he laughing? What is so funny about it? And then a few devotees entered the temple and they gave dandavat to this person. So then Guru Maharaj was thinking, hey, wait a minute, why are you giving dandavat to him? He is not accepting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Bhagavan. Why are you giving dandavat to him? So these devotees who were there, they said, well, you don't know, the person whom you have come to meet is standing in front of you. The person whom you are looking out for, Swami Prabhupada, is standing right in front of you. And when Guru Maharaj understood it, he said, "Hey Bhagavan, ye kya ho gaya? Hey Prabhupada, kripya karke maaf kar dijiye. Please forgive me, I didn't know." Prabhupada said, "That is okay." And then Prabhupada in the next day morning lecture, he said, disciple means like this. He is ready to challenge his own Guru if his Guru is speaking apasiddhanta. If his Guru is speaking against the Shastra, a disciple should be ready to challenge his Sri Guru. And Srila Prabhupada gave the example of Bali Maharaj and Shukracharya. Bali Maharaj was ready to kick out Shukracharya from his life because Shukracharya told him not to surrender to Sri Krishna. So I find this point of Srila Rupa Goswami of enthusiasm. Srila Guru Maharaj from his childhood is demonstrating this point of very high enthusiasm to progress on this path of bhakti. Second point that Kaviraj Goswami gives in Chaitanya Charitamrita is Sthavara Jangama dekhe na dekhe tara murti sarvatra hoy nije ishta deva spurti. The quality of a pure Vaishnava is whatever he sees, whether they're objects, moving, non-moving, living, trees, whatever they are, sarvatra hoy nije ishta deva spurti. By seeing that objects, he remembers Krishna. This is the characteristic of a pure Vaishnava. He will always remember Krishna, whatever he sees. in the end of 2009 and the start of 2010, it was a very drastic and a very bad time in ISKCON's history, for the fact that in the end or in the late part of 2009, Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj had a stroke. And right after a few months, Srila Guru Maharaj also suffered a stroke. So in about 2 to 3 months' time, Srila Prabhupada's two most prominent disciples were externally having bodily problems, but internally, spiritually, they were still rock solid. So at that time, when Srila Guru Maharaj suffered paralysis, he was taken to the Delhi hospital. And we know when someone has paralysis or someone is really not ill, in the hospital there is something called as an MRI. MRI is something where you put the person inside a U-shaped tunnel and a brain scan is done. So Srila Guru Maharaj was put into this MRI. He was put into this MRI, and when he came out, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj and His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj were present. They had come to ask Srila Guru Maharaj how his health is. So both Gopal Krishna Maharaj and Lokanath Swami Maharaj, they asked Srila Guru Maharaj that, Maharaj, how are you feeling? They asked in Hindi, of course. Maharaj, aapko kaise lag raha hai? Swasth kaise hai? And Srila Guru Maharaj gave such a fabulous reply. Srila Guru Maharaj said, मुझे ऐसे लगा कि मैं अघासुर के मुख के अंदर चला गया और भगवान आकर मुझे बाहर खींच निकाले. Because we see the MRI is like the mouth of an aghasur. So even at that time when his body is plagued with problems, Srila Guru Maharaj is saying, मुझे ऐसे लगा कि मैं अघासुर के मुख के अंदर चला गया और भगवान मुझे आकर बाहर खींच निकाले. So this is the point I am trying to reiterate. Kaviraj Goswami says that a devotee is someone in all circumstances, not just favorable, but even those that are unfavorable. A pure devotee is someone who always remembers Krishna. And finally, we find in the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, one of the qualities from the 26 qualities is Preeti Tad Vasati Sthale. A pure devotee is someone who has tremendous attachment to the pastime places of the Lord. Whether they are Brajmandal, whether they are Mayapur, Navadvip Dham, Jagannath Puri, Ayodhya, whichever the pastime places, the characteristic, the benchmark, the yardstick to understand who is a pure Vaishnava is how much attachment they have to the pastime places of the Lord. Rupa Goswami says, Preeti Tad Vasati Sthale. And in Braj Mandal, we know there are so many places where Krishna performed his pastimes. But there is one prominent place where Krishna would sit and eat with his friends, his sakhas. Krishna would sit and eat with them. And in Braj Mandal, this place is called as Bhojan Thali. Thali means we eat a plate and Bhojan means food. So that place where Krishna, along with Madhumangal and Subal and Sridham and Vasudham and Kinkini and Arjun Sakha, because Krishna's one friend is Arjun Sakha. So all these friends sit and they have prasad. So that place is called as Bhojan Thali. And this place is extremely dear to the heart of Srila Guru Maharaj. So much so that in a week he goes there more than twice. And from Krishna Balaram Mandir, where Guru Maharaj stays, this place of Bhojan Thali is quite a drive. It's almost 1 hour for going and 1 hour for coming back. But in a week, more than twice he goes to that place. And he goes there, and there's a Vrajavasi Mataji who narrates the story. And one of the prominent stories of that place is when Krishna came with his friends, Madhumangal was also present. And Madhumangal, as we know, is a foodie. He has a big tummy, big stomach, and he just loves to eat. So Madhumangal had brought buttermilk to that place. And because he's such a foodie, all the friends, we have seen the famous photo where Krishna is sitting with his friends and they're putting a flower. So that's the place of Bhojan Thali. So, so at that time, all the friends are sharing. Sharing is caring. All the friends are sharing. But Madhumangal is such a foodie that all the buttermilk that he had brought, Madhumangal put it inside his mouth. He drank the whole buttermilk, so much so that his cheeks were like that of a balloon. And Krishna looked to Madhumangal and understood that the buttermilk that was meant for sharing, Madhumangal has drunk the whole buttermilk. And now here we find the Supreme Lord, who in Bhagavad Gita he says, Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. That Supreme Lord, he says, I am the Lord of all the three worlds. That Lord is so greedy to have the buttermilk from Madhumangal, so much so that Krishna, he hits the cheeks of Madhumangal, all the buttermilk comes out, and so much so that Krishna opens his mouth, and that buttermilk which is jhuta of Madhumangal, Krishna drinks it. This is the famous pastime that happened in Bhojan Thali. This is the Lord whom we worship. अपने भक्तों के लिए भगवान झूठा खाने को तैयार है. He lies, he steals, he cheats, and for his devotees he is ready to eat even the jhuta. So every time Maharaj goes to this place, this is the same story. This is the only prominent story that has occurred. But every time he goes there, Srila Guru Maharaj hears that pastime as if he's hearing it for the first time. Every time. So last Kartik, I was there in Braj Mandal in November time. And I happened to go to this place. And I was asking to that Mataji. And that Mataji said, अरे राधा गोविंद महाराज, वो तो घंटों घंटों आके यहाँ फूट फूट कर रोते हैं. वही कथा है, बार बार मैं ही वही कथा कह रही हूँ, लेकिन ये महाराज जी आकर फूट फूट कर, he keeps crying and crying for hours together just hearing this pastime. That how is it that the Lord can have the remnants of his own devotee? So once, one god brother of mine was saying that this is last Kartik. One day Srila Guru Maharaj, when he got up in the morning, he told his servant that the name of the servant is Mahaprasad Prabhu. So he told his servant that, Mahaprasad, can we go to Bhojan Thali today? So Mahaprasad Prabhu said, yes Maharaj, you can have your breakfast, you can have your medicines, then we will go. And Srila Guru Maharaj said, no, I have to go right now. And Mahaprasad Prabhu said, what is the urgency? Like, you can have your breakfast, your health is not good, you have your breakfast, then we will go. And what Srila Guru Maharaj said was very fantastic. Srila Guru Maharaj said, सारे सखागण वहाँ उपस्थित हो गए हैं. अगर हम देरी से गए तो मुझे मेरा खाना नहीं मिलेगा. All the friends have assembled there. If we go late, I will not get anything because all the friends share their food. So Srila Guru Maharaj said, let us go as soon as possible. हम दवाई भी वहीं जाके लेंगे. शीघ्र अति शीघ्र हम वहाँ चलते हैं. So they immediately went. The next week or the week after that, Srila Guru Maharaj at night 2:30, he calls one of my god brothers and says the name of the god brother, his pre-initiated name was Harshit, and he is probably my age. So Srila Guru Maharaj called and said, Harshit, क्या आप गाड़ी चला लेते हो? Do you drive car? And this was night 2:30. And Harshit said, हाँ महाराज जी चला लेता हूँ. इतनी रात को आप क्यों पूछ रहे हो? Why are you asking at 2:30 at night? And Srila Guru Maharaj said, मुझे भोजन थाली जाना है. यदि मैं महाप्रसाद को कहूँ तो वो चिल्लाएगा, वो डांटेगा, वो कहेगा कि महाराज आपका स्वास्थ्य ठीक नहीं है. तो हर्षित क्या तुम मुझे लेके चलोगे? At 2:30 at night. This is Preeti Tad Vasadi Sthale. The eagerness to be in Krishna's land of Vrindavan. Vrindavan, Mayapur or Jagannath Puri. And this is one commonality that we find not just in the three Maharajas whose Vyasa Puja we are celebrating, but in all of Prabhupada's disciples. All the three qualities that we discussed today, whether it's the quality of seeing Krishna everywhere or whether it's the desire for Braj Mandal, we see that commonality in all of Prabhupada's disciples. And I can see that every disciple is remembering some pastime or the other in connection to these points. So, taking not much time, I would want to prostrate myself at the lotus feet of Param Pujyapad, Paramhamsa Swami, Srila Radha Govinda Das Goswami Guru Maharaj, Param Pujyapad, Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and Param Pujyapad, Paramhamsa Swami, Srila Lokanath Swami Maharaj, and all the wonderful, glorious disciples of Prabhupada who are traveling around the world relentlessly, preaching the message of Bhagavatam and distributing this unparalleled, juicy fruit called as Vraja Prem. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Shri Srila Radha Govinda Das Goswami Maharaj ki, Shri Srila Tamal Goswami Maharaj ki, Shri Srila Lokanath Goswami Maharaj ki, Patita Pavan Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samasta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I'm not so outspoken like Arjun Sakha Prabhu. I try my level best to give my humble offerings to the Lokanath Swami Maharaj. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanjalakaya Chachurunmitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnubadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Lokanath Swami Iti Namine Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha He Krishna Karana Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopeshu Gopika Kantarada Kantaramostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanustute Devi Pranam Mami Haripriye. Dandavat Pranam to everyone. All glories to Sri Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances on the occasion of the 72nd Vyasa Puja of His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, I am not even qualified to write about your glorification, but please accept these humble offerings. One of the most important instructions Maharaj received from Srila Prabhupada was to preach Lord Chaitanya's message by organizing padayatras around the world, preaching the knowledge of the Sanatana Dharma. This is one of his greatest accomplishments. None beat His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj in Kirtan. He has been crowned as Kirtan Samrat for his aesthetic, long and beautiful Kirtans, which have touched the hearts of the countless people directly, indirectly. The purity of Maharaj's soul and his sincere devotion to the Lord Krishna are conveyed through his Kirtans. His Kirtans flow into the materially entangled hearts like ours, helping us purify ourselves. Srila Prabhupada used to say, he is our Tukaram. He is the leading visionary behind ISKCON Kirtan ministry, goal to fan the form of enthusiasm for Harinama Sankirtan. Moreover, he himself serves as the minister of the Padayatra for ISKCON GBC. Guru Maharaj, born in 1949 in the village of Arwade, Maharashtra, India. His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj always had an ambition to dedicate his life to serving the people, his country and humanity. It was in Vrindavan on Gopastami 1972 that he became an initiated disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He received the sannyasa order from His Divine Grace in December 1975 at the age of 26 years. Lokanath Swami Maharaj worked on establishing many temples in India and around the world. He has been vital part of establishing ISKCON local bodies such as ISKCON Pandharpur, ISKCON Nagpur, ISKCON Amravati, ISKCON Aravade, ISKCON Noida, ISKCON Solapur, to name a few. His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj is also author of many books ranging from the lessons learned from his personal conversations with his spiritual masters, Maya Prabhupada, in conversation with Srila Prabhupada, to taking his readers into the visual and spiritual pilgrimage through Vrindavan, Vrajamandal Darshan, back to Godhead, articles, etc. From such an achievement on, one can truly your purity. You have dedicated your entire life to the spreading of the holy name across the world. Guru Maharaj, you are the most compassionate, merciful, kind, determined, disciplined, dedicated and hard-working personality I have ever seen. Words cannot describe how indebted I am to you, as you have given me the continuous motivation and inspiration to continue in this sacred path. You are truly spiritual leader. Your actions are truly exemplary for us. You have such a big goals and want to more temples, festivals, padayatra, etc. While achieving your goals is hard and brings a lot of challenges, you are the person who has overcome all these obstacles and brought immense success to the ISKCON. Throughout your life, you are connected everything with Lord Sri Krishna, Srila Prabhupada and Shastra, and helped many people advance further in the spiritual journey. Guru Maharaj, I pray to the Lord Radha Nilamadava, Lord Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Lord Narsimhadev, Sita Rama Lakshmana Hanuman, to bestow you with a long life so that we can cherish more of your association, witness many more of your amazing wonders. Guru Maharaj, please forgive me if I have knowingly committed any offenses. I am a fallen soul, stuck in a cycle of a birth and death. On this auspicious day, I am begging you to please protect me and give me more and more mercy so that I can taste the divine nectar of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and have a more chances to serve Guru, Gauranga and Vaishnava. Parama Puja Lokanath Swami Maharaj ki jai. Parama Puja Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Radha Govinda. Parama Puja Radha Govinda Bhakt Maharaj ki jai. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
नमा ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिते नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारने निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य स्थारने. So I've had the fortune of meeting His Holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj in Mayapur almost 10-12 years ago. And prior to that I had no interaction with him, but I had actually said, Maharaj, can you come to Seattle? We have never been here. Please come and do a Kirtan Mela here. He smiled. That's it. He didn't say anything. I'm sure he's very, very busy traveling around the world. So it's not easy for him to really come. But we had the fortune of hearing his beautiful Kirtan in Mayapur for few days actually. So I went with His Holiness Harulas Maharaj as a part of what's known as a trainee program. So for 4 or 5 days I was there, and every day Lokanath Maharaj would do a kirtan, and he took everybody to the Ganga Tat. There is the coast of Ganges river in Mayapur, and it was a very great experience. I heard His Holiness Radha Govind Swami Maharaj glorifying His Holiness Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj, who is a very, very elevated Vaishnava who became sannyas. I think Srila Prabhupada gave him directly sannyas initiation, Gaur Govind Swami Maharaj. So Radha Govind Swami Maharaj was glorifying him on what an exalted soul he was. And not much interaction, but I know that he has influenced many people, like our Arjun Sakha Prabhu and his elder brother, who comes and gives lectures all around the world. Elder brother, older brother? Elder, okay, yeah, same thing. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj, again, no direct personal interaction other than hearing from Panda Vijay Prabhu. And I've seen some of his videos dancing. He dances very nicely, and his lectures are very, very strong, extremely strong. So he once went to either Vietnam or Philippines, and he was chastising the general congregation there. What stops you from distributing books? Go and distribute books. Very, very strong words. And he was known to be very, very strong actually. Like His Holiness Harulas Maharaj, when he was in Paris, Tamal Krishna Maharaj was training Harulas Maharaj. And His Holiness Harulas Maharaj recalls very fondly how difficult it is to work with Tamal Krishna Maharaj. 4 o'clock, you have to wake up. That's it. No questions asked. And you cannot spend time too much in the bathroom. Right? 4:15, 4:20, you have to be lining up for Mangalarti. So military discipline. Tamal Krishna Maharaj is known for his military discipline. Of course, if he were to come here today and witness all of us, he would be beating us right and left. 4 o'clock, waking up, 4:15, 4:20, you are lining up for Mangalarti. And if somebody didn't come for Mangalarti, he would send one more brahmachari. Find out where is this fellow? Why is he not coming? Beat him up and bring him. So everybody had to line up for Mangalarti. So that was his discipline. Military discipline in Mangalarti, military discipline in book distribution. Very, very strong personality. Of course, Srila Prabhupada had some mission for him to fulfill. That's why he took him away on the road between Kolkata and Mayapur in a so-called Tata Sumo accident. But that's only external. Internally, there was some other bigger mission for His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj. So I'm out of my time now, and Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Radha Govind Swami Maharaj ki jai, Srila Lokanath Swami Maharaj ki jai. I never thought I would have a good fortune of glorifying them, but Krishna has his mysterious plans. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, O Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Jai Radha, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Shri Govinda, Gopinath, Madhana Mohan. Jai Radha, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Shri Govinda, Gopinath, Madhana Mohan. Oh, Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Shri Govinda, Gopinath, Madhana Mohan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Gaura Premanande. Can you adjust this for me? After such a long time, temple kirtan. You can play Shri Guru Charana Bhagavan. Yeah, please. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Banda mohi savadana mate Banda mohi savadana mate Jahara prasad hai bhai I baba thori aa jai Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite Krishna prapti hoy jaha hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakhya Shitete Koriya Aikhya Arana kori ho mane asha Arana kori ho mane asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Asha Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Asha चक्षुदा दिलो जाए जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से ओ चक्षुदान दिलो जाए जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो ओ दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते वेद गाय जहाँ चरितो ও বেড়ে গায় যাহারা চারিত সে গৌর করুণা সিন্ধু আদামা জানারা বন্ধু সে গৌর করুণা সিন্ধু আদামা জানারা বন্ধু লোকেনাথ লোকের জীবনা লোকেনাথ লোকের জীবনা আহা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পাদা ছায়া আহা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পাদা ছায়া এবে যায় গোসুক্রে ভুবনা এবে যায় গোসুক্রে ভুবনা জয় প্রভু পদা জয় প্রভু পদা প্রভু পদা জয় প্রভু পদা জয় প্রভু পদা জয় প্রভু পদা প্রভু পদা শিল প্রভু পদা জয় গুরুদেব 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 শিলা গুরুদেব নমঃ ওম বিষ্ণুপাদায় কৃষ্ণপৃষ্ঠায় ভূতলে শ্রীমতে ভক্তিবেদান্ত স্বামিন ইতি নামিনে नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमस्ते जय प्रभुपाद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरा भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jai Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Srila Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol O Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaura Hari Bol Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Paribradakacharya Ashthottara Shata His Divine Grace, Abhay Charnarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Paribrajacharya Ashtotar Shata His Divine Grace, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री राधा गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की मथुरा धाम की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की रथ यात्रा महा उत्सव की जगत गुरु श्रीला प्रभुपाद की युग धर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की बृहद मृदंग ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशंस की all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to you Srila Prabhupada. Shri Srimad Nitya Leela Pravishta Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki, Shri Srimad Srila Lokanath Goswami Maharaj ki, Shri Srimad Srila Radha Govindas Goswami Maharaj ki, Jagat Guru, Savior of the whole world, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Siddhu.
Please stand up. I need a puja. Okay. Should we start, Prabhu? Start, Shela? Okay. Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnananjanam Shalakayam Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Desatarine Nama Om Vishnupadaya कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती इति नामिने श्रीवर्षभानवी देवी दयिताय कृताब्धये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः। माधुरोज्ज्वल प्रेमाध्य श्री रूपानुग भक्तिदा श्री गौर करुणा शक्ति विग्रहाय नमोस्तुते। नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुग विरुद्धाप अपसिद्धांत ध्वंतहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्बरसाम्भोदे पदाम्बुजायते नमः। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानंदनामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगवरायते गौरवीर्भावभूमेस्त्वं निर्दिष्ट सज्जन प्रियः वैष्णवा सार्वभौमः श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो वहावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरस्विसे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्णा करुण सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। जयतां सुरतो पंगोर मम मंदमतेर्गति मत्सर्वस्य पदाम्भोजो राधा मदन मोहनो दिव्याद्वृन्द्रारण्य कल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीमद्राधा श्रील गोविंद देवो प्रस्तालिभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि। श्रीमान् रासरसारंभी वंशीवटतटस्थितः कर्षन्वेणुष्वनैर्गोपैर् गोपीनाथः स्त्रियेस्तु नः तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। Now we start. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Lokanath Swamin Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Tamal Krishna Goswamin Iti Namine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Radha Govinda Swamin Iti Namine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Lokanath Swamin Iti Namine Esha Pushpanjali Swaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Tamal Krishna Goswamin Iti Namine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Radha Govinda Swamin Iti Namine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Lokanath Swamin Iti Namine Esha Pushpanjali Swaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Tamal Krishna Goswamin Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Radha Govinda Swamin Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Lokanath Swamin Iti Namine. Esha Pushpanjali Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Are you not giving a class or anything? I don't think so. Maybe 5 minutes. That's it. Hare Krishna. On behalf of Harivilas Maharaj, I would like to thank you all for coming to this wonderful program. This temple has this heritage of doing collective Vyasa Puja to show the unity of the disciples of various spiritual masters. So this is a wonderful opportunity. For the last 1.5 years, everybody has been in the home, and now we have this opportunity to come again together, and we have a glorious future ahead of us. Thank you very much for coming. Hare Krishna.
We have some good news tonight. We received the full permission to go forward with our Rath Yatra Festival at Crossroads Park, and is the parade also included? With the parade and the Rath Yatra cart. So we have to start advertising it now. This is going to be, we should make it as big as an Andamela this year. So that means you're going to need a lot of volunteers for all the different booths. The Rath Yatra will be at 12 o'clock, or 11 o'clock, I think, and finish by 12:30. So we have the whole afternoon for festival, and we'll set up the Vedic village. We'll set up many different interactive tents. This year we're going to add some new interactive tents. One will be a goodness cookies tent. Be handing out hundreds of goodness cookies, and another interactive tents. I have some new ideas, and it's going to be very, very fun for everyone. And we want to make this a very big festival this year, and get participation of many, many people. Not every temple is doing Rath Yatra, so. We had New York City did the first one, and then there's one in Washington, D.C., there's one in San Francisco, there's one in Baltimore, but that's about it, except for the one in Seattle. So we could get a lot of people coming from other places, from Portland, from Vancouver, maybe from other places in California. So we want to make this a very, very big festival, and we're going to need a lot of help. And a lot of prasadam preparation, a lot of decorations, and we're going to plan it out and make it like an Nanda Mela this year. So thank you very much.